So the idea is that we can delay somewhat tackling these metaphysical questions by actually, rather than saying, well, how could this work in principle, let's look in practice. How did it actually work? How did evolution make these organisms that seem to be able to act and decide what to do in the world? So for me, that's a really important question. It's not just a kind of an academic exercise of do we have free will or not, the kind of thing you talk about in the pub over a few pints, right? It's very, very fundamental to many aspects, including clinically important ones, like what does it mean to be a self? What are disorders of selfhood? Things like schizophrenia and dementia and so on, where the self somehow dissolves or dissociates. How does that relate to disorders of control, where like OCD or drug addiction or things like that? We need to have a science of these kinds of conditions that allows us to see the mechanisms without the person disappearing, without the self disappearing. And I think that we can. I think that we can do that. It's also very interesting and relevant these days in thinking about artificial intelligence and artificial life and artificial agency. Maybe to make an artificial general intelligence, you might have to make an intelligence, an agent that can interact in the world.